Hey guys, it's Friday, May 23rd, 2025. I wanted to do another Flashback Friday. I'll make it really quick. Just wanted to talk about arcades and how much I miss them. I grew up in Toronto, so there was three arcades that were very prominent in my life growing up. So there was Funland, which is located around Yonge and Dundas. An arcade in Scarborough Town Center. I can't remember the name of it, but it had some great machines. And there was an arcade in Pacific Mall. And the one in Pacific Mall in particular was pretty much a clone of Sega Club, the one they have in Tokyo, Japan. And what I mean is they imported the machines straight from Japan. So it was the sit-down arcade cabinets, and they were all connected to each other. So even though I had one set of, it was just a one-player joystick on a Street Fighter cabinet, the cabinet next to my left or right could still challenge me to a fight, and I thought that was really cool. And of course, they had, Dance Dance Revolution machines, which were really big then. But I mainly went for the fighters and some of the beat-em-up games that you couldn't get to play on console back then, because maybe emulation wasn't advanced yet, like we have now with RetroArch and all that. Final Burn Alpha was still in its infancy, so it didn't run the games as well as they do now. But there were a lot of cool beat 'em ups that Capcom did that was arcade only, and a lot of those won't ever see home releases because of licensing issues. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is a good example. It's based on a cartoon that was very short-lived in the 90s, and it's probably the one of the best beat-em-up games that Capcom has ever done. But the problem is, you'll never get to play it at home. You can emulate it, which is fine. Technically, you're preserving history if you're doing that. But those games were awesome. It was great just going to an arcade and using quarters and playing them. And quarters was pretty much, if you're a kid that went to the arcade regularly, like a quarter was gold to you. So you'd always, if you ever found one, you'd always save it for the arcade. Right now they have barcades. I guess they're okay. It's like a bar with arcade machines. The cool thing is you don't have to pay quarters. You pay $6 at the door, and you go in, and all the machines are on free play. You can buy beer or get food. It's a bar environment, but it's just not the same. It's a totally different crowd. What was cool about arcades, which I think had a certain charm, was the kind of crowd that would go there. So you had your sketchy guys, you had your drug dealers, you had the kids that were just there to play games. But everyone just kind of got along. It was I've never seen a fight happen in an arcade. If there was an argument, they would settle it out a Street Fighter cabinet or a Mortal Kombat cabinet. And I just really miss that environment. I miss people were allowed to smoke in them. So it would be very hazy, very gritty, but also at the same time, a very wholesome place to be. I miss that. I don't think we're ever going to go back to that. I think barcades is like the reality now. And they're great if you're into that, but, unfortunately, I'm not too into it. People are there mostly to have a drink and, they're not real gamers. I don't mean to use that term, but yeah, they're just out on a Saturday night and figure they play some video games or something. What was your favorite arcade growing up? And do they still exist where you're from? I know some countries are still, really into that, and they still have that culture, but unfortunately in the West, it's kind of died down. Anyway, this has been a Flashback Friday. Stay tuned for more Game of the Weeks, and I'll be seeing you soon.